Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful Saturday today, and I'm in the house chilling because outside is currently closed. You know, so today I want to talk about, of course, you know how I always promote self-awareness and self-love. Today I want to talk about losing yourself in love. Um, have you ever loved somebody so much you end up losing yourself by uh, losing your identity, losing your awareness, you know, self awareness. We all fall victims to that from time to time, including me. Um, I call this falling in love. And I know a lot of people be like, falling in love, isn't that like you being in love with somebody, uh, relating to that person, a connection? No, that's not my definition of it. Let me explain. Uh, you know how you fall, you fail, you fall, you can't get back up. That commercial, and that's in like a negative aspect. You fall and you hurt yourself, and you can't get back up. That's my definition of falling in love. Which to me, of course, is a negative aspect. Um, I like the term rise in love because you're rising in love. You rise in love with somebody. You rising in making love. You rise. You don't fall. You rise. Um, I deal with people. I have clients that come to me on a regular basis about being in a relationship with someone, and they all upset because they lost this person, and then sometimes they want to commit suicide, or um, they literally break down and go crazy, or beg for this person to come back because they feel like they can't live without this person. That to me is a red flag of um, not loving yourself. That self love is missing. Um, and I understand if you've been with somebody for so many years, it can feel different. Like you grow accustomed to that person. You can't be without that person. Um, and when you lose somebody, that should be a time of you finding yourself. And then I know a lot of people jump from one relationship to another to fill that void of forgetting the person they was once with. That's not a good thing either. When you go through breakups, divorces, separation, whatever it may be, that should be a time of self-awareness. That should be a time of self-love, of finding yourself, So once you find yourself and bring that love out from within you, you'll be able to love the next person differently. What I mean differently, you won't be giving your love away, giving your love. You'll be sharing your love because you already had that love within. It's like when you give your love, it's like giving away your energy to that person, um, and that's how you attract narcissists, a lot of narcissists, and attract that unwanted person, that unwanted love. Um, I fell victim to it, of course. I lost my identity by falling in love. I wanted to be prettier, even though I am beautiful. I hear it all the time. Um, I want to be submissive to a point where I kept my mouth closed, or I didn't express myself if I didn't like a certain thing that person was doing, or, um, you know, in a way I find that to be a mental abuse to yourself, and that person kind of mentally abusing you because you're allowing that negativity to come, and you're just allowing the shit to happen. And sometimes you can't even blame that other person because you opened that door, you allowed that. You can't. How can I say this? A lot of times, I'm gonna say, for example, women who get abused mentally, they allow that abuse to happen to them. And the reason why I say this is because once that door is open, it may seem cute at first, but then after a while, it's not cute. And you know you don't like it, but you don't know how to stop it. If you feel like it's a part of what your definition of love may be. I'm trying to explain this in a way where you understand. Um, like I said, I have a lot of clients who give so much of themselves that they don't even know who they are anymore. They conform themselves into that other person, fulfilling all their needs but neglecting their own. Um, when you neglect yourself, you turn out to be not the same person that people once knew, you know? Sometimes you lose your friends, sometimes you lose family because you're putting so much of that person before your own. You focus on their needs. You make sure they're happy. You make sure they're the three F's: fed, financially stable, and the fucking aspect, the sex aspect. You do whatever they want you to do to a point it feels like an obligation, an expectation. Um, and you fulfill the expectations of that other person, but that you fail to fulfill your expectations of yourself. And that's how a lot of people fall out of love. So that's why I do a lot of promoting of self-love and self-awareness, because if you don't love yourself first, how do you expect to even love another person? How? How do you expect to fulfill another person's needs when you don't even fulfill your own? You know, that relationship is not going to last long. It's not. Um, and also when you have when you have expectations of another, you tend to get disappointed because you're giving so much of yourself. You expect that person to give them this 100% of what you're giving them, but they only fulfilling half of that, 50%. Um, then you get mad, you get upset, you break down, you nag, you and sometimes that ends up to cheating, because you feel like you giving so much of yourself, and that person's not fulfilling what you're giving them. You tend to go out and look for other shit, other things, other people, in order to fulfill that void of what you're missing. That's why I say sometimes it's best to not to be in a relationship with others, and sometimes it's best to be in a relationship. It's best to be in a relationship with yourself, period. First, find out who you are as a person. Find out what your needs and wants are. Go deep inside and figure out you, your self identity. Pamper yourself, focus on your goals. Achieve that, become a solid woman, a solid chick. And once you become that solid woman, that solid chick, or solid man, or whoever, that confidence builds and it grows to the point you figure out your value and your worth. Because you are more valuable than you think you are. You are worth more than you think you are. And when you give yourself love and show yourself love, then once it's like give and receive. Once you know how to love yourself, everything else balances itself out, and it really does. Um, it does. So all I'm saying is love yourself first. show yourself what you can do for you. And then once you figure that out, then you can share your love with another. Y'all excuse my sister. I don't know if y'all heard that she's on a video game and she really gets into it, as you can hear. Now I'm single. I'm single. Um, and the last relationship I was in, which I was married, didn't work out. It's because I gave a lot of myself to a point where it turned out I was appeasing him, and he even became dishonest. Um, I lost myself. I sacrificed a lot, you know. Um, I believe it or not, I didn't feel worthy. So, you know that song by Ariana Grande, how she needed to lose him in order to love herself. I needed to lose him in order to love me. And it was a blessing. It was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't love him, because I loved him. But I was doing too much pleasing to a point where, like I said, dishonesty came into the relationship. A lot of it fell apart. And that's when I was forced to love myself. And self-love is true love, I have to say. And it's the best fucking feeling ever. It is. And now that I know my worth, my value, what I want in my next relationship, that's what I'm going to get. Ain't nothing wrong being single. Nothing at all. Don't let nobody tell you that's something wrong or something, you know. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Actually, being single is a wonderful thing because you learn so much, you know. Then you end up having options. I have to say, options. It's good. It is. With that said, continue to let that love grow within you. Pull out that inner child. You know, play with that inner child. Learn about yourself. Sometimes being by yourself is the best thing in the world. It's the best gift you can ever give yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. Nothing wrong with it at all. And don't let nobody tell you that anything different. I've been selfish, you know, and I actually like it. And sometimes it's good to be an asshole. To a certain extent, you know. And sometimes it's great to say no instead of yeah, you know. I'm not a yes woman. Self-love is the best love. Give yourself that love that you need, that love that you deserve. And everything will balance itself out in the end. It will. Guaranteed. So with that said, everybody have a blessed, wonderful Saturday. And to all those mothers out there, happy Mother's Day, you know. And much love, peace, and happiness. Ashe.